In this video, we will look at how to multiply two-digit numbers. So let's say we have a question, 12 times 5. So what we do is we draw a grid, a bit like the noughts and crosses grid. And we put a times symbol in the top left. And then we can choose any side, but we'll put each of these numbers on one of the sides that we're going to highlight in red and green. So in the red, we'll put the number 12. So it has 1 tens. So we're going to put 10 in there and 2 over here. And in the green, we're going to put just the 5 because it doesn't have any tens. So as you can see, we didn't actually need the last section. So we could just rub that out. In this case, it's not needed. And what we're going to do is fill in the boxes. So for example, this box here, we're going to multiply the number that's above it in the red section, so that's 10, and the number to the left of it in the green section, which is 5. Now 10 times 5 is 50. So we're going to put 50 in this box. Then we're going to look at the next box. So here, the number above it is 2. So we're going to put 2 there. And the number to the left of it is 5. Now notice when we said to the left of it, we didn't say 50, we said 5 because it's the number that was in the green section and the red sections that we're interested in. 2 times 5 is 10. So we put a 10 in here. And what we do is then we add all the numbers that we've just included that's not in the red and the green sections. So we write these down in the column method. So 50 and 10, we add them together. So starting with the right hand side column is 0 plus 0, which is 0. And we move on to the next column. That's 5 plus 1, which is 6. So the answer here, 12 times 5 is 60. Let's look at another example. Say the question is 23 times 14. Again, we're going to draw our grid and we put the cross at the top left and we write the numbers in any order. We can write the top one as being 23 or 14. It's our choice. So here we'll write 20 and 3. And then on the other side we'll put the other number, which is 14. So we put 10 and 4. Again, we go box by box and we calculate the multiple of the top and the left number. So for this box here, it's going to be 20 times 10. So here, we're going to multiply the numbers in front of the zeros. So the 2 and the 1. 2 times 1 is 2. And then we count the number of zeros. So we have 1 0 from the 20 and another 0 from the 10. So we have 2 zeros and we just put 2 zeros after it. So it's 200. We then look at the next box along, choose any box, but try to do it in a particular order. So we'll do this box now next. So here the top number is 3 and the left number is 10. So 3 times 10. So again, we multiply the numbers in front of the zeros. So it's 3 times 1, which is 3. And we count the number of zeros. We have 1 0. So that's 30. We place a 30 here. Now we'll look at this next box in yellow. So the top number here is 20 and the number on the left is 4. So again, we're going to look at the numbers in front of the zeros, which is 2 and 4, which is 2 times 4 is 8, and then we have 1 0 there, put that on the end, so that's 80. And we're going to look at the last box now. The top number is 3 and the left box there in green is 4, so 3 times 4 is 12. And now we're going to add all the numbers we've just written that are not in red and not in green. So all the numbers that are in here. Let's add 12 in there as well. Okay, so now we add these numbers together and we write them in a column. 200, 80, 30 and 12 plus symbol. Looking at the right hand side column, the sum is 2. Looking at the next column along is 8 plus 3 plus 1, which is 12. And we're going to look at the next column along again. 2 plus 1 is 3. So here the answer is 322. Now let's look at the same question, 23 times 14, but using another method. So we write this down in a column, so 2, 3, 1, 4, and times. And what we do is we start with the 4 and multiply it by each of the top 2 terms. So that 4 gets multiplied by this 3 here to give us 12. Then we multiply with this 2 here, which is 8. Because we're multiplying on the next column along, we put it over here. So that's 80, fill the gap. Then we take the 1 from the 14 and we multiply that by each of the terms that we can see here. So 1 times 3 is 3. So that we write down as 3 and we fill the gap as 0. And then we do 1 times 2, which is 2. But because it's on the next column, it's effectively 1 times 20. So we're going to write 20 like this. And we fill the gap with a 0. Now we add the numbers together. That's 2. The next column, 8 plus 1 plus 3 is 12. And 2 plus 1 is 3. So the answer is 322. And notice this is the same answer we had from the previous method. You can choose whichever method you prefer. Maths Legends does recommend the grid method, given that it's clearer. You don't have to think about, is this number has a 0 next to it or not. It's written down, it's a clear method, and it's easy to see where the mistakes are. Whereas here, it's difficult to see, for example, this number, which particular option did you take? Did you do the 4 times the 3? Did you do the 4 times the 2? Whereas in the previous method, you can see that the 12 here is coming from the number on the top, 3, and the number on the left, 4. So hence, it's a lot more clearer. Hence, I saved the other option, which is tend to be shown in schools as for completeness. However, we do recommend the grid method.
You can download the application on Google Play or App Store, and you can visit our website mathslegends.co.uk.